Hello, Powers Resource Center clients, colleagues, and friends. This is Tara Powers, CEO of Powers Resource Center. And today's tip from me is about renewal rituals as you head back into the office. A lot of people are getting back to work, and rituals are such an important and powerful way to reconnect us, to recognize where we've been over the past year, what's transpired for many of us that has been good or maybe not so good and painful in certain cases, and get us excited and energized and connected to move forward. And as you all know, our motto is creating a culture of connection. And as you head back to the office, we want to give you a couple ideas for rituals that can make a really big difference for getting your team connected quickly, back up to speed, and hopefully moving together in the same direction and being excited about it. So we're going to talk about 4 different ideas today. If you try some of these, we would absolutely appreciate hearing from you and how they went, how they helped your team to connect, feel a sense of renewal, and move forward together on the same page. So please reach out to us at Powers Resource Center, info@powersresourcecenter.com, and let us know how this worked for you. So you're going to notice I'm in a little different spot today. I am using my whiteboard, which I'm so happy about, and going to actually teach a little bit like I normally would if I was in the classroom. So the first ritual that I want to talk about is around what we call communication intelligence. And communication intelligence is really honoring and respecting how important communication is between people. And I'm going to give you a couple tips here that I'd like you to remember. But one of the important things is that we have to engage in helping people find their voice as they come back into the workplace. We want to encourage every team member to engage in what we call, or what I like to call, confident expression. So I'm going to write that down. So what is confident expression? Confident expression is a little bit like assertive communication, right? But it is where we create a space where our team members feel free to speak confidently and be true to themselves, and they share from the heart while being honest, respectful, and kind to others. So we want to actually work with our team to identify what does confident expression look like as we come back to work, and we want to express our different opinions, our ideas, solutions, obstacles. Maybe we need to give each other feedback as we start to work side by side again, and there's some things that aren't working for us, right? So how do we confidently express ourselves? And what would that look like and sound like in a way that was respectful to the other person? This is a really important topic to discuss, right? We want to be able to give and receive feedback when we come back into the office to make this working next to each other side by side, make it work, right? And we haven't been together in a long time. The other key thing that I want to mention is that connecting through writing can also be very important. So for some of your team members, maybe that confidently expressing themselves is a little scary. Encourage them to write their thoughts on paper first before they actually share with the team. This can actually help to clarify and refine their feelings, their emotions, and thoughts so that they can confidently and authentically express themselves. And now, if you are the receiver of communication, one of the most important ways you can practice communication intelligence is listening. And we all know this here, but are we actually doing it here? We are much more inclined to express ourselves authentically when we feel when we know and feel that our feelings and thoughts and opinions are actually being respected and heard. So that doesn't mean we always have to agree with what everyone's saying, but when we listen, And we do it without advising, without problem solving, without redirecting, without comparing. It's not easy, but it makes a world of difference. So the other important way to practice communication intelligence is really by listening. And those are really important. And so one ritual that I want to introduce for this whole listening and confidently expressing yourself is the idea of some type of talking stick or an object. It could be a stone, it could be a shell, it could be something fun or funny that you all agree is a great talking stick. But if you remember tribes, ancient council circles, they used a talking stick to symbolize this person has the floor. And when they're speaking and they have the stick, no one interrupts them, no one jumps in, no one butts in. And we can certainly give people time frames to, confidently express themselves. But when we give them that talking stick, we do not interrupt them until they are done. This is a wonderful ritual to bring back to the office. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about. All right, second ritual is to agree on and plan focused work time. We just spent a whole year working out of our homes. And for many of us, when we were in meetings, endless Zoom meetings, we were actually getting a lot of work done, right? I became super efficient because I only had these windows when my kids were working from home, from school, doing school at home, where I could get work done. And boy, did I bang out work when I was having a great day and I wasn't being interrupted and I had focused work time. So one ritual for your team to start is to get in the weekly or monthly habit of blocking out sacred work time on your calendar. We have gotten used to having some level of uninterrupted work time, and we need to make sure we continue that ritual as we get back to the office. All right. The third renewal ritual that I want to talk about, and this is a fun one, is to bring your team together and collectively explore a team vision or a team dream of what is possible moving forward. Certainly, your team members have gained some wisdom and insight over the past year about themselves, maybe about their team members, maybe about the work that they want to do and where they thrive and what they're really good at. So what do we want to create with each other moving forward? Now is the time to take a minute to dream big and collectively create a vision. And I'm just going to give you 2 ideas or rituals for how to do this. One, which is my favorite, is a vision board. I do these every year with my team, with my kids, for myself. I do my own personal vision board. Very, very important. But you can do that collectively as a team. And then if you want to do it with a little bit more technology involved, there's a great website called mindmovies.com that will help you create a vision board online. And you can bring in pictures and music, and you can do that as a team. That is a really exciting thing to do together and a great ritual to kick off just that renewed connection. And then our final renewal ritual is to really take some time to honor what has transpired for each individual over the past year. I really encourage you to ask team members to bring something from their house, from their home, an object, a picture. It could be anything that really is very meaningful to them and represents what they feel has transpired for them over the year. And it can be more than one thing, but objects that are personally and emotionally important to us can be a very powerful way to share where we've been and what we've been through. And this, of everything out of all these 4, is a really important ritual to engage in as a team, because people have lost loved ones. People have gotten sick and may not have been fully recovered. People may have had a really difficult time being at home with their entire family and possibly their extended family and taking care of sick loved ones. A lot of stress has happened for people over the past year, and it's changed us. So let's allow people the space to be heard, to be able to authentically express from their hearts and to connect deeply by allowing that space, that honoring to happen. So those are my 4 rituals for you to consider. Again, if you do them, we'd love to hear how it goes. Our goal here is to help create a culture of connection. And especially as you transition back to work, we want everybody to remember why it matters to be together in person. Even though we can do virtual, it sure is great when we're together. So engage in some of these rituals to really connect your team as quickly as you can and move forward with some renewed energy and excitement for being back together. Have a connected week. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.